Alright. Find the single translation that has the same effect as the compound translation of 3-7 followed by 6-9. We've already done a couple of these. All you have to do is say I move right 3 and then left 6 for a total move of left 3. I move up 7 and then up an additional 9, so that's a total move of up 16. We're going to translate along this vector, so all I'm going to do is take this move and apply it to each one of these points. So I have 5 for my x minus 3, that will give me a 2, and then I've got 5 plus 5, that will give me a 6. So if I go 5 and I go left 3, that will leave me 2. If I start at 1 and I go up 5, that goes to 6. And then all we have to do is take that and then push each point into this translation. So I'll get a -7 and a +4. I will get a -5 and a +11. We're going to do the same thing with the dilation factor, except for we're multiplying in this scale. So I'm multiplying it in. Times 5 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. Times 5 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. Times 5 is 40, divided by 2 is 20. We've got, what is that, -10 and 5. I've got, that's just going to be 5 over 2. Negative. And then I have 25. There we go. So just make sure that your math works out. Everything looks good. When you get those fractions, one of the easiest things to do is take that fraction. 5 over 2 is the same as 5 divided by 2. So you just take the number, example 4. You don't want to handle these fractions. So -4 times 5, 20, divided by 2, 10. Just in case you were wondering how to do that a little bit faster. We're going on to number 24. Give the mapping for the image. You kind of check and see, is it a translation, is it a rotation, are we flipping something? You'll notice it's not flipped. All I've done is move it. So I'm going to say that this is a vector change. We've just translated it. It's gone right, looks like 2, and then it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say right 2, down 4. Again, don't forget your fancy brackets. They mean that you have moved. See a lot of points missed on that. Last page. Alright, determine the scale factor. I'm just going to count a side length. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one has a side length of 7. This one has a side length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doodle-doodle-doo. Doodle 14. Alright. So then I look to see which one's the prime. This is my image. It's got the S prime on it, which means this is my pre-image. I have gotten bigger by a factor of 2. So scale factor is 2. If I had gotten smaller, if this one was your pre-image, you would say the scale factor is 1/2 because you're shrinking by that factor of 2. 26, last one. We've got the vertices are this. Find the image under the following composition of transformation. Now, a lot of you are like, there's no picture, and if you want a picture, draw a picture. Alright, it's not against the rules. You draw a picture if you want one. I'm going to show you how to do it without a picture, and then I'm going to slap a picture on there and prove that it's going to work. So on this one, first thing we're going to do is we want to take our x and add 3. We want to take our y and leave it alone. So I've got each one of these. My first move is going to turn that into a 4, 4. Add 3 to that, 0, -2. Add 3 to that, I've got 1, 7. My second move, we're going to reflect it across the x-axis. Now, if you think about reflecting a point across the x-axis, all you are going to do is take the y value. If it's positive, it's going to be negative. If you've got a negative y value, it's reflected across going to be positive. So all I'm going to do is change that y value to a negative number. Now I'm going to call this prime. So I've got 4 and the -4. That's going to be P prime. I've got 0 and +2. That's going to be Q prime. And then I've got 1, -7. That is going to be R prime. Now, some of you cannot do this in your head, and that is okay. What you should do, you should draw a picture. It's very easy to do. The first move you can kind of do in your head. Let's take and draw our original points. I've got 1, 4. I've got -3, -2. I've I've got -2, +7. So my triangle is going to look something like this. The first thing you do is you move. We're going to go to the right 3 units. So I go to the right 3 units. Everything goes over 3 units. Alright, so that's my first move. That's my +3. And you can come up with those points. And then, now you're like, well, I'm going to have trouble flipping it. Now you've got something to grab onto to count. You're just taking and flipping your triangle. Oh, this one's all the way down here. Do-do-do-do. There we go. And it's much easier for you to see what happens if you take and you draw that out. So the blue is the x-axis reflection. What is that? Reflection. Alright, there we go. When in doubt, draw it out. Alright, don't be scared. If there's not a picture, you've got the space, go ahead and draw them. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow.